Elessa here today, and I'm doing an Angry Bird makeup tutorial, and he's pretty angry, as you can see from the 3D eyebrows and his little nose here. And it's fun, it's easy to do if you're artsy crafty or something last minute. Highly recommend doing this. You really just have to wear red and you're pretty much done. I think this is one of the top looks this season for Halloween, but usually they make you wear the whole costume and everything, so I figured why not make it yourself? It's really easy. Really, you need red, white, black, face paint, makeup, foundation, whatever you use. Some felt for the eyebrows. I made the little pom-pom for the beanie and the makeshift beak, which has been kind of moving around because I've been wearing it all day. But it's super fun and easy, and I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial. If you have any questions, comments, requests, or anything like that, let me know below. Thank you so much for subscribing, and let's get on with the tutorial. Okay, on with the Angry Bird tutorial. So originally I wanted to be angry during this video, and I did it, and I was just like, okay, that's so not me. So we're gonna start over because my face is like super red, but it's gonna be faster. Okay, so the first thing you're gonna do is you're going to use a primer all over your eye area, and it's the same thing like when you paint. You need to have primer before you paint, so before you paint your face, put on some primer. I'm using the Too Faced Shadow Insurance, and I'm just gonna apply that on both of my eyelids and underneath the whole orbital bone area. Just pat that in. And so you will, by putting this on, you're not going to get any creases, slipping and sliding of your product later on. Now if you have really bushy eyebrows, thicker eyebrows, I recommend doing the whole drag queen trick when you use the glue stick. Spackle that stuff on and then use some concealer. Okay, so the next thing now is we're going to draw circles around our eyes. I am using my favorite, the L'Oreal Extra Intense Liquid Eyeliner here. And I'm just going to go around my eye, and I'm going to make it into a thick circle. Alright, now that that part's done, we're going to create the big white part of the eyes, and I'm going to use my Stila Convertible Color as a guideline. What you want to do is you want to make sure that this is big enough to cover your eye and reach right past your eyebrows. And so what you want to do is you want to line it up close to the middle as possible. Now your real eyes are going to be the pupils, so it doesn't really matter if it's shifted over a little bit, kind of gives it character. So I'm just going to go right about here, and then I'm going to take my eyeliner again, and I am going to create a circle. Now it doesn't have to be perfect because we are going to go over this later on anyway, so just traces will work. It looks like I'm going to be an owl. Okay, now we have our guideline. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to fill this in with white, and I've tried a lot of different products. I've tried the Diamond FX. Now that one is kind of a sheer white. It's not exactly as opaque as I'd like, so I'm going to be using the Makeup Forever Flash Colors, which essentially is like a foundation. So I'm going to take this and use a brand new brush to make sure it's really white and pure. I prefer using a concealer style brush, and I'm just going to take it, and I'm just going to first start off with my eyebrows, cover that up, and I'm just going to work in this area right here. Careful not to cover the black, but it's okay because later we're going to go over everything with powder. So if you make a mistake, it's totally fine. Now you don't want this too thick either because then it becomes cakey foundation. Alright, now that we have our eyes, we're going to move on to this white part of our mouth. And I'm going to take my little nose here, and I'm going to gauge it. I want it right above the lip, right in this area right here. But before I do anything else, I'm going to put on a primer for my face. Hopefully you already put all your moisturizers and all your serums and all that stuff already. Now I'm going to be using my Cover FX primer because I want to make sure that I'm using the same process that I am when I'm applying regular foundation versus colored foundation. So I'm going to take some more of the white, and I'm just going to paint it down here. Now be very careful not to go too thick because it will cake and crease. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to apply the red. Now I've tried lots of different reds and they're not quite as bright except for this Makeup Forever one, so we're going to use this, but make sure you use a thin layer first because you don't want the cakiness and you want to treat it like a foundation. Alright, so I'm just going to take the red and I'm going to apply it, and you can see how rich this red is because the first time I did it, I thought it was a little bit too brick red. Don't worry about any of the edges or anything like that. We're going to clean that last. You just want to get that color right onto the face. And I'm going to stop short right at the jawline because I don't want it to get on my clothes. I don't want any of that mess. So I'm just going to stop short. Treat this exactly like you do foundation. You want to be careful with brush strokes too because of the intensity of the pigmentation. You can see brush strokes. So what you want to do is short, small strokes. Just avoid all the brush strokes. Yay, look. Oh, I mean Grrr, I'm angry. Let me get some pigs. Oink, oink, oink. Now I'm going to go in with the concealer brush and I'm going to apply it as close as I can in these areas right here along the hairline. Now remember, you want clean lines, and so if you get any of the other colors like the black or the white onto the brush, make sure you wipe it down. Then make sure you get your nostrils here. Get it right up in there. Okay, so now the next thing is to redefine your eyeballs. I'm talking about the big ones. So you're going to go and get your black eyeliner, liquid eyeliner, whatever you have that's really intense, and you're going to draw this in. And you're going to make it really thick. There's lots of different pictures out there. The one that I liked had really dark borders because I feel like the white makes you kind of look like a clown, and we're going for a bird, an angry bird. Okay, so I'm going to go in and I'm going to redefine this. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect because we're going to be sealing that with a little bit of eyeshadow. So you just want the intensity and the thickness, but any feathering will fix with the eyeshadow. Occasionally wipe this down too because you may pick up a little bit of the white color. Okay, so now that we have this whole part done, I'm going to go in with some super black eyeshadow and I'm going to define it. And I'm using the Bulletproof from Sugar Pill along with an angle brush. And I'm going to pat that down, and I want to make sure that the outer edge is nice and straight and crisp. While the inner edge, I'm going to bring it into the white because it's almost cartoon-like with the little bit of a shading and the gradient that goes from black to white. I'm going to take my Sugar Pill palette right here in that super intense white, and I'm just going to pat that down. Okay, the next thing is that you want to seal down the red. Since I don't have a red and it's like foundation, I'm going to treat it like foundation. I'm going to use my Purely Cosmetics translucent powder. And I'm going to take a brush and I'm going to roll this onto the red. So I'm going to take it, work it into my brush. This is a really great translucent powder. It's used by celebrity makeup artists. And I'm going to pat that down onto the red. And you can see how translucent it is because I'm using it on top of red and it's not showing white. So I'm really just patting it in. You can roll it if you want. That way it's not going to crease or get all cakey and weird on me throughout the evening. Sorry guys, I had to turn the fan on because it's so hot in here. So the next thing you're going to do is you're going to apply a little yellow to the lips. And I'm just going to use this yellow right here. I also have my OCC yellow using an angle brush. I'm just going to apply that to my lips. Now you may or may not see your lips, but just in case. And we are almost done. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is our Angry Bird hair. So what you're going to do is you're going to take a postcard like this, but maybe 4 inches, and some red yarn to match your beanie. This is just a beanie I got at Walmart for $1.27 in the children's section. So I don't know, depends on your head size, but it fits me. So either that means I have a little brain or big baby head. So what we're going to do is you're just going to take this red yarn. Got this at Walmart too. This is a little bit pricier at $2.33, but still not a big deal. I may turn it to a scarf or something. You're going to take it and you're going to wrap it around like this. Do it while you're watching TV. Make a whole bunch of these. There's actually a technical way of making the pom-poms, but I'm going to show you how to do that in a holiday video. This is more like a, let's quickly make a costume for Halloween because I didn't know I was doing something. You're going to wrap it up. Ooh, that's what she said. Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing this until I get bored out of my mind. Watch some Glee or something. Oh God, this is so weird looking at my face. Yellow teeth. That's awesome. Okay, keep doing this. It's arts and crafts time, not makeup tutorial. It's okay to have lipstick on your teeth. Okay, I feel like that's enough. What I'm going to do is I'm going to slide this out. But you're going to be very careful as you slide this out. Okay, make sure your finger's still in the middle. And you're going to cut it. Then you're going to cut an extra piece. Now, you're going to take this, and you're going to hold it in the middle, like a bow. It's an Angry Bird bow. Okay, and then you're going to take this, and you're going to tie it around the middle, really tightly as you can. Like this, and tighten it. Pom, pom, pom. Tight, 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 tight. Then you're going to take these little loops and you're going to cut them and cut it. So stick your scissors in and watch the magic begin. Yeah. Now you have your Angry Bird pom-pom hair. Fluff it up. You can frizz it out with a brush if you want. Just shake it out. Trim any of the long, stubborn ones. Make sure you got all the loops. So just go in there. Angry Bird hair! Whoa! It's going to be Angry Bird hair. Okay, so the next thing you're going to do is you're going to really tighten this up. Then you're going to safety pin this to the top of your beanie. So you're going to go on the inside of your beanie and you're going to safety pin it. Use a big safety pin, a little safety pin. You can even sew it depending on how talented you are. I'm just going to do this safety pin here because I know that it's a Halloween look. It's nothing too crazy. Some people don't want to sew. Not a big deal. Okay, now I have Angry Bird hair. And like I said, there's a string in there, so I can always go, whoop. Oh no! And then you can stick it back in there because there's this little string right there. And you can have Angry Bird hair. You can have floppy pom-pom head. And 2 more things and we're almost done. For the beak, you're just going to cut a circle. This is just the inner side of a paper plate. And you're going to split it down the middle. Then you're going to cut 2 triangles on the sides. Then you're going to fold it like you're making a cone. Just like this. Tape that down. Then you're going to measure it to your face. You want to make sure that you can breathe. And you can see your little lip. Next, you're going to cover this with a piece of felt. So you can see I got a 1/4 yard for $1.50 at the Yardage Town store. And what you're going to do is you're going to cover that up. Whatever you got to do to cover this up. Glue it or whatever you want. Make sure that when you do this you have a little extra so that you could fold it so that when it is pressed against your face it's protected and you're not getting any paper cuts on your face because we don't want that. Now you could tape this in here, you can glue it, whatever you want to do. Like I said, this is really just a creative part of it, so make a yellow beak. The next thing you're going to do is you're going to attach your beak. So I have pinched down the border right here at the nose bridge so that I have a nice perfectly pointy schnoz. Then you're going to take some cord. This right here came from a fabric store. I got about a yard. And you really, it just depends on how much you want. Since I have a feeling everyone's going to want to try this on, you can just leave it at a yard. And you're going to see where to push some holes in. So I'm just going to cut a slit on each side, a small, tiny one. Alright, the last thing are the eyebrows. How angry are you? You're going to take a piece of felt and you are going to cut it. So it's kind of like in a V shape, like that. So we're going to make one of those. So it's going to be ever so slight. Like that. Okay. And we're going to follow that. Looks good to me. So what I'm going to do, you can either safety pin this or you can actually glue this onto your face depending on how big your forehead is or how you want it. I like it safety pinned to my beanie so it's almost like 3D, like this. And I don't have all this stuff like glued to my face. You could always use like lash glue. You can double this up so it's a little bit thicker. Use popsicle sticks. So I am just going to safety pin this on. Now if you're somebody who doesn't like to safety pin, just take some double-sided tape or you can take some fabric tape and you can stick your eyebrows on. Oops. And there you have it, Angry Bird tutorial, something you can wear. It's really fun, it's easy, it's very inexpensive. $1 something for the hat. And angry eyebrows. I gotta fix this when I'm looking in a mirror, but there you have it. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Elessa, also the Angry Bird. I'm gonna go shoot and hit some pigs, and I will see you guys in the next tutorial. Bye!